Hello students, in the last lecture, we learnt about the sine rule, cosine rule and the projection rule. I had told you to read about the projection rule and ask me your doubts as well. Now here, we are going to use these rules and prove some standard results, namely, we are going to see about the half angle formulae, Heron's formula and Napier's analogy. These are going to be used in sums thereafter. The half angle formulae. Now last year, we have learned something about half angle formulae. That is, you know that sine theta can be written as 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. Similar formulae exist for cos theta and tan theta as well. Now here we are going to look at the half angle formulae from the point of view of properties of triangles. The first among them, in any triangle ABC, if 2S is equal to A plus B plus C. Now A, B and C in lower case are the length of the sides of a triangle. That is triangle ABC. So A plus B plus C becomes the perimeter of triangle ABC. So we can see that 2S is the perimeter of triangle ABC. Under such conditions, we have sine A by 2 is equal to root of sine S minus B, S minus C upon BC. Sine B by 2 is equal to root of S minus C, S minus A upon AC. And sine C by 2 is equal to root of S minus A, S minus B upon AB. Let us see the proof for this property. Now first of all, we know that 1 minus cos A is equal to 2 sine square A by 2. This we know from this particular formula, that is cos A is 1 minus 2 sine square A by 2. Rearranging, we get 1 minus cos A is equal to 2 sine square A by 2. Now suppose I show it to you with the help of the laser pointer, you will be able to understand what I am talking about. So we get 1 minus. Now cos A by the cosine rule, it becomes B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. RHS is kept as it is. Now in the next step, we cross multiply with 2BC and equalize the denominator on the LHS. When we open the bracket, the signs change. So plus becomes minus and minus becomes plus over here. RHS remains the same. Then in the next step, what has been done? Now the A square has a positive sign. So A square is written initially. A minus sign is put outside the bracket and these three terms are grouped together. The terms containing B and C are grouped together. So we get B square plus C square minus 2BC upon 2BC. Observe, when we group the terms together, we put them under a common bracket and put a minus sign outside. The signs inside are changing. So minus is becoming now plus and plus is now becoming minus. Again, RHS remains the same. Then in the next step, now look at the bracket in the next step. This bracket, that is B square plus C square minus 2BC, is the same as A minus B the whole square. So we get B minus C the whole square for this particular bracket that is there. So we have A square minus B minus C the whole square. Does it remind you of any formula in algebra? Yes, it should remind you of this formula, that is A square minus B square. The formula for A square minus B square is A plus B into A minus B. Thus we get this particular formula in the LHS. We are going to apply this particular formula in the LHS, that is it. Thus applying the formula for A square minus B square is equal to A minus B into A plus B. We get A minus B minus C in the first bracket. In the second bracket, A plus B minus C upon 2BC. Now observe what is done in the next step here. A minus, now the bracket is open. The first bracket is open. So we get A minus B plus C. That is, the sign changes because the minus sign, the sign changes. So A minus B and minus becomes plus. So plus C. And since there is a minus B over here, what we do is we add a plus sign. So plus B, and to balance it, one more minus B. That means it is as good as adding and subtracting B in the first bracket. So plus b plus b and minus b is added over here in the first bracket. And in the second bracket, observe a plus b minus c. Again, because the minus c is there, we put minus c plus c. Okay, so the term is balanced properly. Thus, we are going to get, now we are regrouping the terms or rearranging the terms in a proper manner. So we get a plus b plus c minus 2b and a plus b plus c minus 2c in both these brackets. Compare and see for yourself. Then, in the next step, now a plus b plus c is actually 2s. Initially, we had seen that. So, a plus b plus c is 2s. So, thus we get 2s minus 2b into 2s minus 2c upon 2bc is equal to 2 sine square a by 2. The 2 is taken out common and it is cancelled from one of the brackets. Whatever 2 comes out is cancelled in the numerator and denominator. And similarly, the other 2 which comes out is cancelled along with 2 on the RHS. Whatever 2 is there, that is cancelled along with this. So in short, we get s minus b, s minus c upon bc, which is sine square a by 2. So sine a by 2, the last step, sine a by 2 is equal to root of s minus b, s minus c upon bc. Similarly, we can say that sine b by 2, the same way, going about in the same way, we can prove that sine b by 2 is root of s minus c upon ac, and sine c by 2 is equal to s minus. So we got the half angle formula for sine. Now going further, in any triangle ABC, if 2s is a plus b plus c, then cos a by 2 becomes root of s into s minus a upon bc. Cos b by 2 becomes root of s into s minus b upon ac, and cos c by 2 becomes s root of s minus c upon ab. Let us see how to prove this now. We start in the same way, that is, we write 1 plus cos a is equal to 2 cos square a by 2. This is just still the same way that we started the previous proof that was there. Now, cos a is substituted by the cosine rule. That is, it becomes b square plus c square minus a square upon 2bc. RHS remains the same. In the LHS, we cross multiply, and so we get 2bc plus b square plus c square minus a square upon 2bc. Again, we do the same thing. That is, we group together the terms containing b and c, and minus a square is written separate outside the bracket. Then, in the next step, we observe that b square plus c square plus 2bc can also be written as b plus c the whole square, and minus a square upon 2bc. RHS remains the same again. Thus, we have, using the formula a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. We have the same thing, that is b plus c square minus a square can be written as b plus c plus a into b plus c minus a upon 2bc. Then, in the next step, as you can observe, b plus c plus a, the first bracket is left as it is. In the second bracket, we add and subtract a, so that we get b plus c plus a, which becomes minus 2a. Write in your book and see as to whether you understand it or what. And then, we remember that a plus b plus c is 2s. So we get the first bracket as 2s, the second bracket as 2s minus 2a upon 2bc. Cancelling out the 2's which are common, just like the previous proof, we cancel out the 2's and we take the root, square root. Thus we get cos a by 2 is equal to root of s into s minus a upon bc. In a similar way, we can also get the formula for cos b by 2 and cos. Now, let us see the formula for tan. The initial part is the same, that is, in any triangle ABC, if 2s is a plus b plus c, then tan a by 2 becomes root of s minus b, s minus c upon s into s minus a. Tan b by 2, root of s minus a, s minus c upon s into s minus b. And you can see for tan c by 2 as well. Now we can prove this easily actually. That is by remembering that tan a by 2 is actually sin a by 2 upon cos a by 2. Thus we substitute what we got for sin a by 2 in the numerator, and in the denominator whatever we got for cos a by 2. Thus we get, by cancelling out the common terms etc., we get root of s minus b s minus c upon s into s minus a. Thus we get the formula for tan a by 2. In a similar manner, we can also derive the formula for tan b by 2 and tan c by 2. Now we are going to prove Heron's formula for the area of a triangle. Now we are familiar with this formula actually because we had used this formula in the 8th standard for finding areas of triangles. Here we are going to prove it using the properties of a triangle. The statement is, if AB and C are the lengths of the sides of triangle ABC, and if A plus B plus C is equal to 2S, then area of triangle ABC is equal to root of S, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Now let us see the proof. Now one formula for area of a triangle we already know from our lower classes again. That is, area of triangle ABC is equal to half AB sin C, which is also half BC sin A, which is half AC sin B. Also, from our half angle formula which we derived just now, we know that sin C by 2 is equal to root of S minus A, S minus B upon AB, and cos C by 2 is equal to root of S, S minus C upon AB. So, area of triangle ABC is equal to, if we take it as half AB sin C, then it can be written as half AB 2 sin C by 2 into cos C by 2. Remember, sin theta is equal to 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Therefore, sin C can be substituted in this manner. Thus, putting all the values together, we get that half goes away because 2 and 2 gets cancelled from the numerator and the denominator. So we get AB into root of sin C by 2 can be written as S minus root of S minus A, S minus B upon AB, and similarly cos C by 2 can also be substituted. Thus AB, root AB into root AB becomes AB, and from the numerator and denominator we cancel out AB. So we get the formula which is S, S minus A, S minus B into S minus C. We are going to apply this formula in our sums as well. Now an assignment for you. You are going to study Napier's analogy from page number 84 and 85 of the textbook and try to understand it. If any doubts arise, you can always ask me. We go to exercise 3.2 now. 3.2, some of the sums we have already done because they involved earlier concepts of the lesson. We are going to deal with the sums involving these concepts over here. That is the half angle formula and Heron's formula over here. So, the 10th sum of exercise 3.2. In triangle ABC, if A is 18, B is 24 and C is 30, then find all these values they have given. First of all, let us see what is cos A. Now cos A can be written by the cosine rule as B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. We know all these values, that is A, B and C. So we just substitute them over here and you can complete the sum and see what answer comes out. The second one, for proving sin A by 2, we remember that 2S is A plus B plus C. Thus, 2S becomes 72 after substituting all the values, and therefore S becomes 36. Now we can use this S for the half angle formula for sin A by 2. So, sin A by 2, by putting the formula, that is root of S minus B, S minus C upon BC. We substitute all the values because we know all of them and thus get our final answer. By, as you can see, cancelling etc., we get our answer as 1 upon root 10. Now that you have understood how to find sin A by 2, cos A by 2 becomes quite easy, isn't it? If you remember the half angle formula for cos. So it becomes root of S, S minus A upon BC. And you can see for yourself all the values are substituted and we got the answer for cos a by 2 as 3 upon root 10. Then tan a by 2 is even easier than that, because simply we put sin a by 2 upon cos a by 2. We know both the answers. We substitute and get the answer as 1 upon 3. Now what about area of triangle ABC? We can understand this, or we can find this out by using Heron's formula. Thus, we get the answer like so as 216. You can see how the roots have been written and substituted, etc. Just for your understanding, I have written this over here. Sin A, the last value, that is sin A. You can write sin A as root of 1 minus cos square A, because that is the identity for sin, isn't it? Now you can write the value for cos A from the first part of the sum which we found out, and thus you can complete the sum on your own. So write all these sums in the assignment book that is there. Now this sum can be done as an assignment in your notebook. I have given you certain clues as to how to find out certain values as well over here. In the next sum, in triangle ABC, prove that b plus c minus a tan a by 2 is equal to c plus a minus b tan b by 2, which is equal to a plus b minus c tan c by 2. It is not as scary as it looks if we go about it in a systematic manner. So, we take b plus c minus a tan a by 2 and substitute the value for tan a by 2 by writing root of s minus b s minus c upon s minus a. Now, observe the first bracket. What is done here is that we add and subtract a. So we get a plus b plus c minus 2a. Now we know that a plus b plus c is nothing but 2s. So we write 2s in the next step for the bracket. And then we get 2 is taken common outside the bracket and we get the remaining term as it is. Then observe what is done in the next step. S minus a is taken under the root sign. So inside the root it becomes s minus a the whole square and the remaining terms are written there. Now as you can see, s minus a term from the numerator and from the denominator can be cancelled out, and thus we get 2 root of s minus a, s minus b, s minus c upon s. Let this be the first equation. Then going about in the same way, we take c plus a minus b tan b by 2, which is the second term in the question, and we do the same thing, that is substitute the value of tan b by 2 and outside in the bracket a plus b plus c minus 2b we get by adding and subtracting b. And the next step is the same as you can see, and the next to next step and the next to next step. Thus we get the same thing that we got as the first equation, which becomes the second one. The third term also is treated in the same way. You can see it for yourself. Thus from 1, 2 and 3, it is proved actually. The question is proved. Now in the next sum, in triangle ABC, prove that sin a by 2, sin b by 2, sin c by 2 is equal to a into, the area of triangle ABC the whole square upon ABC into S. So we take the LHS, sin a by 2, sin b by 2 and sin c by 2 is taken. And the formula, half angle formula for sin a by 2, sin b by 2 and sin c by 2 is written. When you observe all the terms, you realize that all of them are common. When we multiply them, we can take them under the same root sign. So in the root we get s minus a square, s minus b square and s minus c square upon a square, b square, c square. Then we remove all the terms from the root. Thus we get s minus a, s minus b, s minus c upon abc. We multiply and divide by s. The numerator and denominator is multiplied by s term. Thus we get s into s minus a, s minus b, s minus c upon abcs, which is the same as area of triangle ABC the whole square upon ABCS, which is equal to RHS. That is because we know that area of triangle ABC is actually root of s into s minus a, s minus b into s minus c. Study the sum for some time by pausing the video and you will understand how it is done. Next we deal with certain questions which have been taken from your miscellaneous exercise 3. Now these are questions which I have included from your MCQs. These have to be solved in order to get the answer. You cannot write the direct answer for these. Among them, the 8th one. In triangle ABC, if C square plus A square minus B square is equal to AC, then what is angle B? Some options have been given here. You have to find the correct option actually. So, C square plus A square minus B square is equal to AC. We divide both the sides by 2AC. So the RHS becomes 2AC AC upon 2AC, which is 1 upon 2. And what about the LHS? LHS we get the formula for cos B by the cosine rule. So cos B is half or B becomes pi by 3. Thus the option B is the right one, isn't it? Now remember, the solution, the solving part, you don't have to show it in your exam time. You can do it in the rough column as well and get the answer. But surely solve it and see, don't write the answer directly or don't guess the answer. The 9th one, in triangle ABC, AC cos B minus BC cos A. We have to find the value of this now. Now AC cos B minus BC cos A. By the cosine rule, we get AC into C square plus A square minus B square upon 2AC minus BC into B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. From both the terms, AC gets cancelled and BC gets cancelled from the denominator and the numerator. And therefore, we find that they all have the common denominator, that is 2. We write them under the common denominator. Upon simplifying, we are going to get A square minus B square as the answer. So our option is 2, which is the correct one. Now the 19th MCQ. If tan theta plus tan 2 theta plus tan 3 theta is equal to tan theta into tan 2 theta into tan 3 theta, then we have to find the general value of angle theta. Now we have to use this particular rule over here to find the answer. This rule is an extension of your last year's formula, that is tan A plus B. Here we state it as tan A plus B plus C, which is tan A plus tan B plus tan C minus tan A into tan B into tan C upon 1 minus tan A tan B minus tan B tan C minus tan C into tan A. Now we substitute tan A plus B plus C as tan theta plus 2 theta and plus 3 theta and get the same thing on the RHS by substituting A, B and C with these values. So now from the question, we know that tan theta plus tan 2 theta plus tan 3 theta is equal to tan theta, tan 2 theta, tan 3 theta. We substitute that value over here in the numerator on the RHS. Thus, we get 0 upon the given value, that is the denominator, which is 0. So the entire value becomes 0. And so tan 6 theta, upon adding all the theta, tan theta, 2 theta and 3 theta, we get 6 theta. So tan 6 theta becomes 0. Thus, using the general value formula for tan, we get the value of 6 theta as n pi plus 0 or theta is equal to n pi by 6. So the correct option is B. The 20th MCQ. If in any triangle ABC, if A cos B is equal to B cos A, then the triangle is either an equilateral, isosceles, scalene or right angle. You have to find out the correct option here. We have A cos B is equal to B cos A. By the sine rule, A becomes K sin A and B becomes K sin B. K is cancelled from both the sides and we cross multiply so that we get sin A upon cos A is equal to sin B upon cos B. Thus, tan A is equal to tan B or angle A is equal to angle B. That means the triangle is an isosceles triangle. So this is the correct option over here. Now, in the next lecture, we are going to deal with some more sums from the miscellaneous exercise, which involve these concepts itself, that is, which involve the sine rule, cosine rule and projection rule. Keep practicing. The chapter is difficult. Unless you practice, you are not going to get thorough with the lesson at all. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, keep safe and healthy.